fans being the sports chaos. And PB, let's talk a little bit NFL. First of all, before we get to football, are you worried about our beloved Red Sox? They were comfortably in the wild card position, and right now it's very, very slippery. Would you agree?
Yeah, what I don't get is how a team is negative runs and run differential. I'm talking about the Guardians,
Yeah,
aka the Indians,
yeah.
and how they can freaking run off the kind of streak they're running off right now. They've gone like 12-2 in their last 14 games.
It's unbelievable.
And they're beating teams like Detroit on the road. They just swept Detroit in Detroit. Like, if that keeps up, the Sox aren't going to make the playoffs. If the Guardians keep that up, I
Pretty
am nervous. And you look at the schedule too. They got to play the Blue Jays. They got to play the Yankees. I'm worried.
good. No, we'll see. And by the way, I just heard a stat tonight, though, on ESPN. They have the fifth easiest schedule, and I look at that. They get Detroit Yankees. Well, how is it the fifth easiest schedule for the remaining season? I don't get that.
I know, right? Well,
I
I
mean,
guess
I get some of those games at home, but that's not easy.
it's not. And don't they finish up against Detroit too?
Yes,
They finish up
yes. The
against
home series,
Detroit.
correct? Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Let's talk some
I'm
NFL.
worried.
You ready? All right.
Yeah.
Last week we saw the quarterback hack a sack. I mean, you lost Joe Burrow. JJ was supposedly out for 2 to 4 weeks, but they say he might come back sooner. Jaden Williams is definitely out this week. Who else got hurt? One of the guys got hurt. Oh, Justin Fields.
He's not playing for
He's
sure.
not playing, right?
Right.
So, but one quarterback who has withstood the misery and is playing unbelievable, so much unbelievable that his friggin' team has never punted this season. Daniel Jones. Are you shocked by that? Are you shocked by that?
They haven't punted in 2 games. I know
No,
they didn't punt against Miami.
no,
Didn't
they
punt
haven't
last week.
punted in 2 games.
Oh my God.
It's unbelievable. And by the way, does that mean Anthony Richardson's job is done forever?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, for
Daniel
him to
Jones is still really young, right?
yeah, yeah. I mean, and Anthony Richardson never showed me anything.
No, no. All right, speaking of Anthony Richardson, he came from Florida. You went to the Miami game, not the Miami College game, but Miami Pats game last week. Pats came back and won that game. From firsthand observance, what was your takeaway?
My firsthand observance of that game was the fact that Miami's defense is horrible. I mean, the Patriots were wide open. And when you sit where I sit, which is on the 50-yard line, 300 level, row 8, so I'm right there. I can see every single play develop. I can see every receiver running their route. It's much different than TV. Because TV, you can't see all the different routes being run and all the different things
Totally,
simultaneously,
totally. Yep.
and the different looks the quarterback has. I was just being Mac.
Drake May.
Drake May was he had a field day. I mean, everybody was open on every. I mean, they were throwing touchdowns to guys like Mac Hollins, right? I mean, the one play to Diggs was unbelievable. That catch by Diggs was ridiculous,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it was a perfectly thrown ball at the same time. One thing I will tell you, Drake May is the real deal. He can throw the rock. I know he was a little overzealous, if you want to say that, in week one. He wasn't that accurate. I think he was a little bit excited to be out there. This time, he was money. He was spot on. That swing route play to Ramondre Stevenson was ridiculous. Like, that was an unbelievable play. I just loved watching him. My assessment is Miami's a bad team. I'm surprised Miami stayed with Buffalo yesterday. I think Buffalo
It's
just
a good
played down
point.
to their
Yep. Good point.
I think Buffalo played down to their competition.
It
I
was a
don't
Thursday night game as well. I hate the Thursday night game. It should not be in
yeah.
the NFL ever, only on Thanksgiving. By the way, so I agree with you. Drake May played good. I already had my doubts going into that game, as we talked about last week. I need to see him do it 2 games in a row. He's playing Pittsburgh at Foxborough. I think he has more jitters when he plays at Foxborough.
Yeah, that could be the case. We'll see this weekend. But high hopes for the Patriots. I have zero hopes for the Dolphins this year.
And let me ask you another question. So the Eagles went to KC. I picked the KC. I did. I thought they could hold the ground and win a game in at home that they had on their mind for about 364 days. They lost. Travis Kelsey dropped the ball. Didn't drop it. He deflected it for an interception that should never have happened. But are you concerned about the KC Chiefs, or is that more a reflection on Philadelphia's really that team?
Yeah, so I actually picked Philly in that game. You and G Money picked KC. And the only reason, one of the reasons we picked KC was Reed versus Sirianni. That was your take, really. It's just you don't trust Sirianni.
I don't. I
Which
don't.
I
I still
get.
don't. I still don't.
Which I get. But when he's talking about the players on the field, roster top to bottom, I think the Eagles are a much better team. So I'm going to say that that's the Eagle. Now, granted, when two great teams play each other, it all comes down to a play. It comes down to either a stupid penalty. We saw that last night with the rough on the punter call on Miami when they were driving, when they could turn the ball over. There's this one play that just changes the magnitude of the game, and that's what happened in the Eagles Chiefs game. So I'm not on board right now with the Chiefs being a contender for the Super Bowl this year. I am 100% on board with the Eagles being a Super Bowl contender. So that answers your question. I think the Eagles are the better football team.
By the way, you're one of your favorite quarterbacks starts this weekend, Carson Wentz, right?
Carson Wentz, yeah. I hated that guy since day one, but you know what? I have him in one of my fantasy leagues because I have JJ McCarthy in one of my dynasty leagues, and I had to take Wentz as his backup. So I'm starting Wentz this week. So I'm rooting for him. Let's go, man. Against Cincinnati, he can light it up. He can light it up.
Yeah, because the other kid, Jake Browning's playing for. That's Joe Burrow. We talked about at the top of the show. Joe Burrow's out for 3 months, which probably means the whole year. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I mean things aren't looking good for Joe Burrow, and I know you have him in the PB&Z league. So
yeah. Hey, as they say, happens. All right. Hey, PB, this week the topic came up once again because what Philadelphia did against KC last week. 6 critical first downs on the tush push. NFL's again saying, should the tush push be suspended? I got 3 things to ask you. Love it, hate it, or just tolerate it? What's your choice?
right now, I'm tolerating it. I think when you really look at it, and if you watch, and they show this many times in different football talk shows, the Eagles jump. They jump off the ball. They are jumping over the line of scrimmage before the ball is snapped, and the refs aren't calling it. So they're
That's going to
not.
be police this week. I saw it today on NFL Network. That's going to be police this week.
Yeah, they gotta. That's the key right there. If they can't jump like that, then it might become a fairer play. But essentially, they've been cheating. They've been cheating that play all along. They have. I mean that
But
to
it's
me that's worse.
Philadelphia. What do you expect from the city of brotherly love?
Exactly.
Right?
That's way worse than taking an air out of a football.
Great, absolutely. By the way, hey, it's now 7:23. Is Mike McDaniel fired yet?
So they were flying a plane over Hard Rock Stadium with a tag on whatever those things are called, those flag things they hang off the back that said "Fire Greer and McDaniel." It was great. It was great. People were taking pictures of it. There was Patriots fans everywhere taking pictures of it. It was awesome.
All right, let's make some picks this week. Pick 6. We ready for this one?
Yeah,
The
let's go.
Rams go to those Eagles at 1 p.m. And you know how I can never pick against a West Coast team going to play a 1 o'clock game. I already got the Eagles easily winning that game. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm on board with the Eagles too.
And
I mean,
I believe
there's a lot of
GG money is
motivation
too,
there.
right?
It's a rematch, right, of a playoff game last year. So there's going to be some extra motivation there for the Rams. I think McVay is going to bring it. It's going to be a close game, but Eagles win.
We'd love to see that game at 4 o'clock or the primetime game on Sunday night. That would be a better atmosphere as opposed to going 3 hours to the other coast. So that's too bad. All right. A game we didn't pick last week was the Pats. We're going to pick it this week. Aaron Rodgers comes to Foxborough to play the Pats. Pass off that big win last week against Miami. What do you think?
I think Aaron Rodgers just had a fluke week 1 with his 4 touchdowns. He came back down to earth last week. I think Vrabel's going to dial something up. They're not going to fare well. And meanwhile, I don't think Pittsburgh's defense is all that. And I think the Patriots can easily put up some points against them. So I'm going to go 24-13 Patriots. I think they can win this game by 9 points.
So all right, I just have them winning anyways. I don't care what the score is, but I got the Patriots winning, and G Money does as well. All right. And by the way, Drake May needs this game. I believe this is a huge game for him. It's at home. He's playing against a legend, Aaron Rodgers. This is a game he has to show out in. We'll see.
Yep.
All right. A big one in the AFC West. The Broncos go to the Chargers. This is a big game. They're both 2-0, correct? Oh no, the Broncos lost to Indy last week. That's right. Never mind.
Broncos 1-1. Yeah.
All right.
On a stupid play, too.
Yeah,
by the way.
yes. A
That
very
field
stupid
goal,
play.
60-something yards, and they pushed or whatever. They did a leverage, whatever the call was, right? Leveraging or something like that.
Yeah.
And they got to re-kick it. My God.
Ridiculous.
But yeah,
horrible
this
play.
game, I mean, Chargers right now, to me, are the team to beat in the AFC. I mean, them in Buffalo, maybe Baltimore comes into that equation a little bit, but those to me are the 3 teams in the AFC right now. I love the Chargers at home all day long.
With you. And by the way, Justin Herbert is playing like he was drafted to play, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So and G Money's got the Chargers as well. All right, this is a big game. These are 2 surprising 2-0 teams. And the only reason why I say it's surprising for the 49ers is Cards versus 49ers. The Cards lost their starting quarterback, and our boy Mac Jones had a play last week.
Mm-hmm.
It's Cards 40, and now supposedly Brock Purdy may be a game time decision, which I'm surprised by that. But what do you think overall?
Yeah, either way. I mean, Mac Jones showed up. He obviously liked Jennings. Jennings is questionable right now, but I think if Jennings on the field, he's going to see another 10 targets like he did last week. I think he caught 5 of those balls for 80-something yards and a touchdown. I'd look for a repeat performance there. Not having Kittle, obviously, is a little bit of a concern. But I still think San Francisco's the better team, even with some of the backups in there right now. I'm going to take San Francisco on this one. Out of all my picks this week, though, that's probably the one I'm most
I am with you on that same thing. Same thing. I'm very, very nervous about that. By the way, there's a guy in Arizona that criticized us on a preview of Arizona early in the year. He's probably going, these idiots. But I'm with you. So is the G Money. All right. Here's what gets interesting. All right. There's a guy that watches this show religiously. He's a Giants fan. He thinks we're idiots. KC goes to New York. I don't even know what he's thinking about. New York played fairly good against the Pats. I know Russell Wilson balled out, but KC is not going to lose 3 straight. Do you agree?
Yeah, KC lose 3 straight. They're playing one of the weaker teams in the NFL. Giants, despite their, what they were able to do offensively last week was impressive. I think Scatterboo is definitely going to start to carry the rock a little bit more. I think he's going to take that job over from Tracy. And, Russell Wilson and Malik Neighbors, man, they could be the best wide receiver quarterback stack in the league this year, potentially, the way they're balling. So, and we know the Giants defense can bring it too. So I could see the Giants ending up winning, a half dozen games this year at best. But at best, I said, at best. But here's Kansas City. They are like almost fighting and clawing for their lives right now. I think
PB, they're done if they don't win this game. Don't you agree?
And I think Kansas City annihilates them. I think it's going to be like a Detroit, Chicago performance from last week kind of thing. It's going to be like 51-20 or something like that. I think the Chiefs annihilate the Giants this week. I could be wrong, but that's what I got.
I'm with you. So G Money has them as well. All right, the last one. This is probably the marquee game of the weekend. It's Monday night, right? Lions at the Ravens. What do you think?
Okay, so far the five games we picked, me, you, and G Money are the same across the board. So we're
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
no one's gaining anywhere on the standings. And I know you're taking Baltimore in this game, um, and G Money is as well. Um, I'm going Detroit. I mean, Detroit to me
Okay.
is the they last week they showed you what they're capable of. This team is an offensive juggernaut. Like put aside freaking, every team in the NFL, maybe Buffalo. Buffalo's the only team that I would say potentially could be the same. But look at Buffalo's receiving core versus Detroit's receiving core. You got Amon-Ra St.
Detroit's got
Brown.
a better receiving core.
You got John, right? Detroit, I think Detroit's got the better receiving core, and then you got that 1-2 punch with Gibbs and Montgomery, and you got Laporta. Goff can ball out. I was never used to be a Goff fan, but when he was on
We know
LA,
that.
but now that he's on Detroit, I think Detroit, believe it or not, spanks the Ravens. National TV,
In
I can see.
Baltimore? In Baltimore.
In Baltimore, I'm looking at a double-digit Lions victory in this game. I am.
Wow.
I,
You know what? I'm going to have fun texting you on Tuesday morning because it's not going to happen. Baltimore all day. So does the G Money. Baltimore all day.
okay.
All right, let's come over to college. Last week we had some interesting, wild games. Notre Dame loses to A&M on what was a 41-40 game, and A&M Notre Dame gave up a long touchdown at the end. And Georgia narrowly defeats Tennessee. Tennessee missed a 43-yard field goal in the overtime game. And then Clemson loses to Georgia Tech. So, PB, let me ask you a question. Notre Dame and Clemson, are they out?
Notre
They both
Dame,
got two losses.
yeah, Notre Dame, yeah, I think they are. Clemson probably too. I mean, the only thing Clemson has going for them is they can maybe still do something in the ACC. Maybe they can get into the championship game, squeeze in somehow and win that. But I don't see this team. I don't see either team making the playoffs right now.
Is that shocking to you? I'm a little shocked. Going into the year, I am very
Yeah.
shocked because I had both of them, and I think you both had both of them in the playoffs.
Yep, I did 100%.
And
I did.
we're
I
in
agree.
week
It's just,
3. Oh, going into week 4, I guess, in college. And we think we're up. They're up, right?
yeah, yeah.
That is mind blowing. Hey, by the way, your dark horse for the Heisman is out again, maybe this weekend. Is that a bad
Yeah,
sign?
yeah, yeah.
Ooh, okay. All right. Let's make some picks. You ready to do some college picks?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we're going to do our full play and we're going to pick your neighborhood. Florida comes down to Miami, who's a 7.5 point favorite. Who do you like?
Yeah. So basically my strategy this week. So G Money, by the way, in the 8 games we picked this year, he's 0-8. And I'm not kidding you when I say this. I made my 4 picks before I even looked at G Money's picks. And G Money was literally the opposite on all 4 games.
Oh,
I
okay.
couldn't believe it. So
Okay.
in this game, I'm taking Miami. I think Miami at home, they take it. So I'll lay the points and I'll take Miami.
Nearly a 7.5 point favorite in a rivalry game in state. I would not take that, but Florida has showed me crap. So I'm with you. I'm going to take Miami.
All right.
And by the way, I took them last week against South Florida, and but
That was a great cover. That was a
yes, it
great cover.
was.
And G Money, of course, has Florida. So
All right, Illinois, number 9 in the country, goes to number 19, Indiana. But IU, our boy Rick Piesowitz, that's his school. They're a 6.5 point favorite. What do you think?
love Illinois all day long. I take Illinois. I know G Money has Indiana, but I'm taking Illinois in this one. I'll take the points all day. I think Illinois wins straight up.
I'm with you. Definitely. All right. You think Illinois wins straight up?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Auburn. Auburn, number 22 in the SEC, goes to number 11, Oklahoma, who's now in the SEC. OU is a 6.5 point favorite. with the guy who I believe is the favorite for the Heisman Trophy, playing quarterback John Mateer. What do you think in this game?
Yeah, I got OU in this one. And again, G Money has Auburn. We're the opposite on every game, but I'm going with Oklahoma on this one.
You know what, PB? If this was 7.5, I might have gone with Auburn, but I'm with you. I'm Oklahoma 6.5. I'm taking that all day long.
All right. So far, you and I are the same on all three. G Money's
Yep.
the opposite. Let's see what we got in the final pick.
All right, number 17, Texas Tech. They go to number 16, Utah, who's a 3.5 point favorites. I hate that point. But what
Yeah.
do you think there?
But still, I'm going Utah on this one. I think at home they can cover that spread. G Money has Texas Tech, but hey,
I'm going
he's
to
opposite.
Utah as well. I'm going to Utah as well, man. Yeah. You know what? The half point's not scaring me this week.
So is it conceivable that G Money could actually be 0-12 in his college picks after this week?
Could be. Yes, it could. Yes, yes, yes.
All right.
I think the infant child's keeping them from being able to figure it out.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, man.
I just realized the sun is setting on me. I'm in the dark here now.
Yeah, I
But,
see
hey,
you. I see that. I see that. All right, man. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Have a good weekend.
you too, man.